Welcome back to the Midnight Who Show! And tonight I'm going to be reviewing Chapter 1 of It, Welcome to Derry. And there will be spoilers for this entire season, but I will not be mentioning the pilot episode because I've already reviewed that one when it first came out, so I'm going to put that in the description below so you can check out my thoughts on the very first episode. Overall, I really enjoyed this season. I thought it was very well crafted. The Muschettis did such a phenomenal job building out the It universe. And there's so many great twists and turns in this entire season. Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise is one of them. I really did like that choice that they made to not have Pennywise appear at all until the second half. I think that worked so well because it really built up to the clown reveal with Maddie. That was great. It really shows how powerful this entity is that it was able to shapeshift into Maddie and convince the entire friend group that it was real. And kind of that scene, though, down with the clown was so good. And the stuff that they did with Pennywise in this season was so twisted. I can't believe some of the stuff is so much more impactful than the movies and more horror than ever before. It really showed the beast that Pennywise, the dancing clown, really is. My particular favorite is actually at the finale when it was puppeteering the principal. My goodness. And also that kind of winged bird creature at the end. Oh my goodness. And just the brutality. This is the Pennywise that you would really want in the movies, and we got it in this one. I also did really enjoy the kid cast of 1962. I thought they were really good. And they definitely had some really great character development. My only character that I didn't really enjoy too much was Lily. But I still think they had a very interesting storyline, and I'm at least happy that it ended somewhat better for them after all the stuff that it put them through in the season. My least favorite part of this whole season was the military subplot. Even though I will say it kind of combined toward the end, and it actually wasn't that bad. But it just felt really just kind of forced in the first half. But by the second half, it just seemed so something that one person in the U.S. military would be like, oh yeah, when I was a kid in Derry, there's this creature, we can use that to make fear spread all over the U.S. It does seem something that would probably cross the mind of someone during this kind of Cold War period. But I will say, I did enjoy when Colonel Shaw did meet Pennywise and did get eaten. I really just enjoyed how Pennywise just didn't really care about them. And it's like, oh, you're helping me out. And then had that smell like, I know you. I have a job to finish. That was great. This season also explored the origin of Pennywise with Bob Gray. And I really did enjoy that opening of episode 7. That was really great. And I really did just kind of enjoy Bill Skarsgård's performance because they really made it completely different than the entity that took over them. And it was great to see that kind of dual-sided of it. And of course they had that creepy kid who lured them into the woods. And I really liked that kind of just scene where it's like, the kids are drawn to you. Like it's that creature realizing, the perfect form right there. But the origin of Bob Gray leads into his daughter, who is basically Periwinkle the clown. And we really get to see how they really think that Bob Gray is still in that creature. And in episode 7, it was a great scene where they were just like, you're not him. And of course, the deadlights got her. And we really get to see Kirsch in the future with a great little scene that we, of course, know that character from, of course, It Chapter 2, but we get to see kind of their first encounter in 88 with a great little cameo from Bev. That was just great. I think episode 1, 7, and 8 are my absolute favorites of the season. 7 focused on the Black Spot Massacre, and it was so well done and very kind of tense and claustrophobic, and you really felt for all of those characters in it, and I really enjoyed Pennywise's inclusion in that. And, Richie, such a sad scene. He went out so noble for Marge. That was just great. And I really enjoyed their inclusion in episode 8 as they're brought back as their spirit to help out this group of losers stop Pennywise and keep him contained into Derry. And I really enjoyed episodes 8. It was so well directed. Of course, like the auditorium scene at the beginning with Pennywise and how he deadlights all the kids there. And I really like that Pied Piper inclusion with the wagon cart as he's going out of Derry. That was great. And oh man, just that foggy atmosphere on that lake. You really just don't know what's going to happen, and there's so much happening. We made it, of course, everyone kind of expected it. Marge is Richie's mother, and that was a great connection to the future. And we learned that Pennywise knows the past, present, and future. What a great reveal. What else can I talk about this show? So much, really. Hallerman, of course, from the Shining universe. And I really like, even though it's not going to be the Overlook, he still mentions how much trouble can a hotel be. And I really think that's a great line because we all kind of know what's going to happen in a certain hotel in Colorado. I hope we actually get a show on that. That would be great. A new version of The Shining with the same creative team. The opening credits, what a crazy change of pace sometimes when you get this kind of brutal opening and then all of a sudden this kind of happy sounding but also dark at times opening. They did a great job with it. And it doesn't really, like, to me, it sets up some interesting things that can happen in, of course, season 2 or 3. And I'm very curious to see what their grand plan is. And there's a lot of stuff they can do, but I'm kind of starting to see why they're going backwards now. And I'm curious to see how this all unfolds. But overall, this was a great season of television. It got me excited for the future. The Muschettis, just, they know how to work in this universe of it. They've done a lot of teases, and they just explored so much more. Like, I really did enjoy how we got to see a lot more kind of the shape-shifting elements, like in one of the episodes with Lily and the pickle scene. That was just great. And just all the stuff that they did really good with that. I will say, probably one of the downsides is the CGI. Yes, it is rough at times, but it really redeemed itself by the finale, I will say that. And wow, what a season of television. I've been rambling on for a little bit now, but I really did enjoy the show. It was so exciting to watch it every single week. So many scares, so many twists, and a really great extension of the It universe. And I really can't wait for more. What did you all think of this show? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.